Good evening, guys. You okay? I sent a post today on LinkedIn, and I'm going to read this because obviously it's my thoughts around mental health and depression and anxiety. So, hey, my name's Lee Glynn. I'm the founder of Reliable Healthcare. I'm 37 years of age and I suffer from anxiety and depression. Since I was a teenager, I struggled nearly every day with my self-esteem, my self-worth, my value as a human being. Did I think I was different? At the time, yes. That's because I lived with anxiety and depression, the tag team champions of the World Wrestling with Mental Illness Federation. But you see, I'm no longer ashamed to admit it. I'm no longer scared to stand in front of people I don't know or post 1,000 more online. To post messages online and face backlash. Am I bothered about getting negative comments? No. I'm proud to say that I live with mental health and that's okay. I say because even though my mental health illness tries its hardest to defeat me and control me, it doesn't define me, and I will not be stigmatised by it. I refuse. It's taken me nearly 20 years to be able to say those words, and I suffered for most of them as a result. I suffer because although this country may have done a lot to help people who live with mental health illnesses, we've not done nearly enough to make it okay for our fellow travellers on the Wonky Brain Express to reach out and accept that. And that's why I want to make a difference and help people like me to feel okay, to be not okay, and to work towards ending the stigma and prejudice that surrounds mental illness. And to show people worldwide that it's okay to reach out and ask for and accept help. There's no shame in it. So I'm here today to tell anyone reading this and listening to this, if you have or suspect that you have a mental illness, there's no reason to be ashamed or embarrassed. And more importantly, you do not need to be afraid. There is nothing noble in suffering, and there's nothing shameful or weak in asking for help. This may seem really obvious to a lot of you, but it wasn't for me. And when I look back on most of my life, it breaks my heart that when my brain was unloading an endless pile of what ifs on me, it never asked, what if I go do this thing that I want to do and it's fun? What if I enjoy myself and I'm really glad I went? And the painful truth is I missed out on a lot of things during what was supposed to be the best years of my life because of my anxiety and depression. For years, I wasn't living, I was just existing. Like I said, I've experienced depression and anxiety. I've experienced and survived a suicide attempt. And thank God I survived. For the best part of 20 years, I suffered because I was afraid to admit it. I was afraid to speak out. I was afraid to face my demons and my mind monkeys. They were telling me you'll never be okay. My 2 daughters are the most important people in my life and the most inspirational things when I look at them. This will carry me through life and forward. And once told, shame, or without shame or judgment, and that seeing me suffer like I was, took me out of my shell. And I could no let it control me, damage me, or destroy me. And I realised that my mental illnesses are not weakness. It's just an illness. I mean, it's right there in the name. Mental illness. I spent the majority of my teen and adult years trapped in a dark, loud room. And I know how helpless and suffocating it feels to be in there. And that's why I want to do everything in my power to help others find their way out. So please remember that and trust me when I say this shitty, awful, overwhelming, terrible way you feel is not forever. It will get better. It will always get better. You are not alone in this fight and you will be okay. You will never be alone. So my name is Lee Glynn. I live with depression and anxiety, and I'm not ashamed, and neither should you be. So guys, hopefully that will help one person. I'm a nobody. I'm just a working class boy like you all know. But if I can help one person become better than themselves, to know that suffering from mental illness is okay, then I feel I've done my job. Have a great evening, guys, and I'll speak to you later.